According to legend, he came to Anatolia in the form of a dove, there being no more inoffensive creature. With a gazelle on one side and a lion on the other, he dreamed of a world in which the wolf and the lamb, the gazelle and the lion could live together in peace. But he was not referring to the gazelle and lion of the external world. He meant the lion and gazelle within us, personality and existence, body and soul. A world in which the eternal male and female are reconciled. The road to world peace goes through internal peace. This is the essence of all ancient teachings.
مدد الله يمون Muhammed Ali bizi dergahından Mahmud eyleme Gül hünkâr hacı Bektasi
Sema dance, which means hearing, comes from the word meaning sky. The soul that receives this call whirls towards the sky. The free souls circling a sun that does not rise or set are resurrected in this eternal dance. Haji Bektasi was born in Khorasan in Central Asia and was raised in the lodge of Ahmet Yesevi, the first known Turkish mystic. The environment in which he grew up comprised a mixture of Turkish, Chinese, Indian, Iranian and Arab beliefs and culture. These beliefs and culture moved to Anatolia in the 13th century with an immigrating Turkoman clan who believed in them, where they further mixed with old Anatolian and Christian beliefs. He settled in Anatolia in lands given by the Seljuk state and began to spread his spiritual teachings. It is said that he wrote 2 books in Arabic but spread the teaching in Turkish. The 13th century saw an urbanized Turkish population, settled, literate, with a high level of culture, whose Islam was original and by the book. In contrast, the nomadic Turkoman clans seemed able to dissolve any religious belief and teaching into their understanding of Islam.
Allah Muhammed Ali. Ya hünkâr Hacı Bektasi Veli.
The Sunni Turks looked on the nomadic Turkomans as heterodox and heretical, and for this reason it seemed that conflict was inevitable. In fact, these 2 different views and the tensions they caused eventually led to an uprising of the Turkoman tribes. The rebellion was bloodily suppressed by the Anatolian Seljuk state. However, the event provided an opportunity for the Mongols, who were already pressing against the borders of Anatolia, to invade. And the people found themselves faced after the rebellion with Mongolian massacres. This scene of blood, tears, pain, famine and hunger in the outside world provided the background to the different discourses of the 3 most important figures of 13th century Anatolia, Mevlana in Konya, Yunus Emre in Eskişehir, and Haji Bektasi Veli in Suluci Karahöyük. Taking no notice of the war outside, they spoke of a unity of body and soul to be reached through an internal struggle to discipline the self. They indicated that only when the internal battle had been won would the external battle cease. Even if they were not very wrong, we have arrived in the 21st century and the wars continue. The Turkoman tribes who suffered most from the Anatolian wars of the 13th century, accepted Haji Bektash Veli as their pir, and in time came to be known as Alevi, meaning those who follow Ali. The Anatolian Bektash movement thereby gained its own peculiar character.
Kim dokudu bin çiçekli halını, kim diriltti bin yıl yatan ölümü, cennet yaradan gelen nuruydu, dolduran Muhammed içen Ali'di. Güzel yürü yolundan kalma, yolundan kalma.
Who wove this carpet of 1,000 flowers? Who raised the one dead for 1,000 years? The liquor coming to the assembly of 40 is filled by Muhammad, drunk by Ali. It is important not to confuse the mythical Muhammad and Ali of Bektashi and Alevi belief with the flesh and blood historical prophet Muhammad and Ali. Ali, also called Shah, is actually the symbol at the beginning of creation of a consciousness which can perceive and understand God's secret treasure, which can manifest and give shape to this treasure. The creative principle called Ali entered the world of the scene as the foundation stone of the universe, and here too is reflected in different guises. The cry of the divine Shah is like that of the crane, his staff in the Nile, his gown with a dervish.
Hazreti Şah'ın abbası, turna derler bir kuş kanı, asasın deryasında, hırkası bir derviştedir.
One of the manifestations of Ali, and the one who carried his gown, was the traditional leader of the Bektashi, Haji Bektash Veli. It is thought that the historical Haji Bektash Veli led a peaceful life in the village of Suluci Karahöyük. There is no extant historical record or other knowledge from his own time. All our knowledge stems from periods hundreds of years later. Indeed, the Bektashi movement, which carried his name, was founded at the beginning of the 16th century by Balim Sultan in his name. However, even though Haji Bektash Veli did not found the Bektash Lodge, he was the person who laid the main principles of the Bektashi belief system. According to Haji Bektash Veli's interpretation of Islam, people, whatever their race, colour or religion, all have a heart. This view led to a wide tolerance that did not discriminate between religions. He forbade the thefts and lies of the hand, the tongue and the loins, physical and verbal violence together with adultery. He said, "Hurt not even if you are hurt. Do not, like the devil, see only yourself. Serve. Serve the people, the guest, the guide, the lodge. Don't wake anyone's sleeping dog. Don't preen yourself. Do not be jealous." There is no need for lengthy words. The way he came to Anatolia, according to legend, as a dove, sufficiently describes his peace-loving and gentle character. What could better explain Haji Bektash Veli than a dove? Haji Bektash Veli's teaching can still be seen today to a degree in the gem ceremony.
Önce şimdi herkes burada dilli başlı 7'den 70'e cem cümleten birbirimizden hoşnut ve razı mıyız? Cem cümleten birbirimizden hoşnut ve rıza mıyız? Razıyız. Cem cümleten birbirimizden hoşnut ve rıza mıyız? Razıyız. Cem cümleten birbirimizden hoşnut ve razı mıyız? Razıyız. At
the start of the gem ceremonies, which are the way of worship of the Bektashi and Alevis, the fathers ask if there is anyone in dispute or at odds